Hi, I'm Arglefumph. This is a review for Sammy Keys and the Cold Hard Cash. It's book number 12 in the Sammy Keys series. I thought this was a good one. It's not like the best one of the series, but it is a pretty solid mystery, and I did like the other storylines. There's drama with Sammy's mom, as usual. Sammy's mom is just a magnet for drama. And Marissa's family is having problems, so Marissa's dad has a gambling addiction, and he's rushing off to Las Vegas, and that's causing a lot of tension in the household because now they're sort of running out of money. And so now the parents can't really afford to pamper their kids like they used to. And so something needs to be done about Mikey, because they had to fire the nanny who watched Mikey. So Mikey's actually sent to Hudson's, and I kind of like that. Hudson is a great guy. He always likes listening to kids, and he never talks down to them. That's why Sammy likes him so much. And I believe he does the exact same routine with Mikey, and turns out Mikey's life is really, really hard. Everybody at school makes fun of him because he's overweight. And I really did think Hudson hit the nail on the head when he was talking about, okay, so maybe Mikey is a little overweight and he's a little whiny. It's like, well, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Is he whiny because kids make fun of him, or do kids make fun of him because he's whiny? And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy is another term that gets used in this book for it. So I thought that was nice. I like seeing Hudson. I like seeing Mikey. I think this was the first real time we've had him as a character since the first book, and we're taking him seriously instead of as just he's the annoying little brother joke. Now, there were many complaints. The number one complaint about this book is all the fat shaming. I just mentioned Mikey. Sammy really doesn't like him because he's a fat little loser. But the woman next door, even worse. There are so many mean-spirited comments about her. And I get it. She's mean. She's been blackmailing the Keyses for months. Makes them do everything she wants, and then, even worse, she's always falling off the toilet and forcing them to pick her back up, which is gross and disgusting. And it happens in the shower in this book, which makes it just even more gross and disgusting. It was really bad, and she was mean to them the whole time. So I kind of get why Sammy and her grandmother really hate this neighbor. But at the same time, they do make a lot of jokes about how fat she is. And yeah, it's not good. So if you don't like fat jokes, might as well skip over this one. You won't be missing too much. It is kind of a standard Sammy Keys mystery. I thought the story was engaging and the subplots were good, but I would not say it's the best one. I think I said that earlier. Let's see, and then the other subplot is drama with Marissa, because Heather steals Marissa's crush. They're kissing each other. And then Heather and Marissa wear the exact same outfit to a pool party, and that's a big load of drama right there. And then Heather almost drowns at the party. Sammy saves her. Sammy doesn't know it's Heather, so she thought she was saving Marissa. But no, it's Heather, and Heather is even angrier at Sammy than ever before. That's what it looks like. The other drama with the Acostas is that Sammy's mom goes on a fancy date with Casey's dad. And it's kind of sad that Sammy's mom was in town and she was trying to get away with not contacting Sammy or Grams. She was trying to get away with it. She got caught. And it is a funny scene where Casey and Sammy confront their parents. Like Marissa says, it's almost like the roles have been reversed. The kids are lecturing the parents about not going on sneaky dates when it should be the other way around. Do the parents really know that Sammy and Casey like each other? Because Sammy realizes she kind of wants to kiss him in this book, but she never really gets an opportunity, and she's fine with that. I also liked how Sammy makes an old woman disguise. That was really hilarious. I thought that was great. I saw some people complain about it. No, forget those complaints. That was funny. So, now for the mystery portion. It is a mystery book. Let's talk about the mystery. Oh, I've got the covers for the book going on here. I wish we had a cover of Sammy in her old lady disguise. That would have been amazing. The mystery is cold, hard cash. Sammy's on the fire escape when an old man comes out. She scares him, and he gives her like bundles and says, "Get rid of these, get rid of these," and then he dies. Sammy worries she scared him to death, and the bundles are money. It's cold, hard cash, about $3,000 of cash. Whoa, lots of money. So Sammy decides to keep the money for herself and like hide it, but wouldn't you know it, we've got these two sneaky people trying to get the money back. And they think the neighbor has the money because the phone call to 911 came from the neighbor's apartment. So the one guy tries to dress up all smooth and suave and ask her out on a date. So his companion can break into her apartment that night. Yeah, and Sammy manages to get a photo of one of them. And it turns out the guy who died was at the Heavenly Hotel, so she goes there, kind of gets a job working there. Not really. It was nice seeing her interact with the owner of the hotel. So part of the problem with the Sammy is greedy storyline is that we've kind of seen it before. I think it was done better in The Dead Giveaway, and that book already came out. So, like, in that book, Sammy really learned her lesson that lying to people is bad. But, I guess she forgot it, because in this book, it's all about her being greedy and lying to Grams and her friends about the fact that she has money. Now, I did really like the section where Sammy talks about mistakes, like, you swear you're never going to make this mistake again, but then it comes up to you wearing a different hat, and so you don't recognize it at first, and before you know it, you're tricked. You're stuck making the same mistake more than once. And I thought that's realistic. That's a good explanation of why, she doesn't like lying to Grams. She wants to tell Grams the truth, and then every time when she does tell Grams a lie, she feels a little bit worse. And that definitely felt like it was taken straight out of The Dead Giveaway, where like when Sammy just keeps telling more and more lies to cover up the original lies, she feels worse and worse and worse. So at least she has consistent feelings about, these lying, all this lying and mistakes. I like that. That is different from, like, these Nancy Drew books. So, sometimes Nancy has no problem lying to everybody she knows. And I'm not a huge fan of protagonists who are terrible people. So the mystery ends up, Sammy thinks the money is stolen. That's what I thought, but I think about 2/3 of the way through, it becomes obvious that the money is actually counterfeit. It's counterfeit money. So Sammy's somehow busted a counterfeiting ring, and she tries to get Officer Borsch involved while herself, she wants to keep herself out of it. Doesn't work very well. Officer Borsch is getting married. Apparently that's the story of the next book. That was really interesting. They want Sammy to be in the wedding. That's a big surprise, yeah. But I did think it was an exciting ending where the villains kidnap Sammy, and they're these old people, and she does have a funny segment saying, "Hey, I didn't think old guys could be deceptive. I thought old guys, they're either nice or they're mean. I didn't know they could be sneaky, too. They've got a third possible personality trait? When did that happen?" The book was kind of funny. I would say it's not as funny as usual. There weren't as many laugh out loud moments. I generally really like Sammy's everyday description of items. Her narration's funny to the point where it's like, I just want her to go about narrating my entire day, because she tells so many jokes in her descriptions of things that didn't happen as much in this book. So that's why I'd say the book was not as funny. It could be that I was purposely trying not to laugh because I was reading the book around other people. And so, if I started laughing, they'd say, "Oh, what's so funny? What are you laughing at?" So I tried to be extra quiet. So maybe that's why I didn't think the book was as funny as normal. Kind of an exciting scene where Sammy escapes from these counterfeiting culprits. She doesn't realize that they have, fake body parts. So she ends up like grabbing the one guy's fake leg, not realizing it's fake, and it comes off, and then she like uses it like a baseball bat to try to fight everyone off. And I thought that was humorous. And it turns out that the three people, and so it's the two culprits and the one who died, they're all in a counterfeiting ring together. They decided to be counterfeiting after the way that they were just completely abandoned and forgotten by the country after their service in a war. And they do seem to feel really like guilty and sad about it. I did see one complaint that Sammy should have gotten punished because she stole evidence from a crime scene. You'd think Officer Borsch would at least scold her or something, but no, he's just like, I don't know, Sammy, I probably won't let you be in the wedding now, but she gets community service. And, I think the community service angle is fine. I think it's good. I don't think Sammy deserved to be, like, hugely punished, and she tried to make it right. Once she found out the money was counterfeit, she went far out of her way to make it right, and that's a sign of her being good. So that's it for Sammy Keys and Cold Hard Cash. Hope you enjoyed my review. I thought it was an okay book. I'd probably give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Like the previous one, I didn't like it as much as some of the other books, but I wouldn't say it's like very much worse than the other ones. I say it's okay. It's good. I think the mystery in this one is probably the best part. And I think that was the case with the previous one too, where it's like, well, once the mystery really got going after the camping trip, then the book really kicked in. That's why I thought of the previous book. I have a completely irrelevant complaint to make. I did not have a copy of this book at the library. So I put a hold on this book 3 months ago, and then when it came around for me to do the review, I asked the library, okay, I've had this book on hold for 3 months. Send it to me. And they said, no, we don't have it anymore. Oh, I went sad. And that seems to be the case with my library. It seems like they're not going to buy any more Sammy Keys books. So the ones they have now are the ones that they're going to have until those books wear down. And that was the case with this one. Like normal wear and tear, sometimes books don't survive. So it's sad to see that my library's copies of the Sammy Keys series is just slowly getting smaller and smaller. And I do think these are good books. I hope they're still in print. I still think they're worth reading. They're enjoyable. The only thing that's super dated about this one may be the fact that, there's a digital camera involved, so like that's something new. It's a big new digital camera, and these days everybody has a camera on their phone. Also, the new $20 bills. I don't think any of these older $20 bills are around anymore. I haven't seen one in a really, really long time. So I remember when they switched over to the current $20 bills, and I know people are hoping they'll switch over to $20 bills. A new set of $20 bills, because I want to see the $20 bills with the different person on them, right? There was a lot of talk about getting rid of Andrew Jackson and putting Harriet Tubman or another woman on the $20 bill, and I'm all like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. So, who knows? Like maybe in another like 20 years, people will be like, new $20 bill? What is this book talking about? But that was the thing. There was like the reflective coloring on the $20 bill. That's how Sammy knew the bills were counterfeit, was because the counterfeiters got everything except for that one part of the new $20 bill, some sort of color thing. Okay, so that's it for my review. Sorry I went on an irrelevant tangent at the end about my library and $20 bills. Bye.